Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ironhide City here, and tonight we are taking a look at Transformers Earthrise Thrust. Now, this figure was originally a Target exclusive, but I got him, I think, from Amazon for Christmas. And believe it or not, this is my very first Thrust figure ever, and I am really impressed. Now, this figure, I believe, is an F-15 Eagle jet fighter. Now, I want to state right off the bat, I do not, at the time of this recording, own the other two Coneheads, Dirge and Ramjet. But if anybody knows where I can get those guys for a good price, please tell me in the comments. Now, Thrust here is actually really unique in the fact that not only is he a Conehead, but he has these really cool wing turbines up top here. And that is actually really cool. And I cannot find much fault with this jet mode. And one thing I like is the underside is actually almost completely flawless. So I am missing a couple of the other Seekers. I have this guy being Thrust, Starscream, and Thundercracker. But like I said, I am missing Skywarp, Dirge, and Ramjet at the time of this recording. So I'm hoping to pick those up and review them on this channel. So, transformation for this guy is actually really cool for a Seeker. So, to go ahead and get him transformed, we're going to go ahead and take off the null ray lasers. We're going to start here at the back of the jet and fold down these flaps, and that will allow you to untab the back thrusters and extend them to form the legs of Thrust. And then flip out the thrusters to form the feet. And at this point, you can split the legs. And I do have something wrong here, which is one leg is longer than the other. So give me just a second. There we go. I know it's late when I'm recording this. Next, we will come up to the upper fuselage here and actually untab the actual nose cone of the jet, which will enable us to hopefully open the chest. And it helps if I flip the wings around, probably. Okay, so I figured out what I did wrong. So, like I said, it's late when I'm recording. Go ahead and flip up the wings on this black hinge here. So flip those up, and that will enable you to fold back the entire fuselage. Then flip out the arms, flip back the chest, then flip the arms out, and then the arms have this really neat mechanism to enable them to actually extend. So let me go ahead and lock these back in really quick here. So I did have trouble with this at first. So flip out the arm, and that will allow you to extend it on this hinge here. Flip it back and flip out the fist. And that is one arm complete. So do the same here to this other side. Flip out the arm, or flip out the fist. Open up this panel. Fold out the actual forearm and fold that out, or fold that up. Flip out the fist. And then fold the wings up and onto his back. Like he has in the Generation 1 cartoon. And this is actually where it gets cool, being the nose cone section. So normally it would flip down and around, but on Earthrise thrust, untab, I think you untab the chest plate again, fold or rotate the nose 180 degrees, fold it down, and what's clever here is he keeps his trademark cockpit chest. Finally, flip the nose onto his back. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Thrust in robot mode. And you can go ahead and put on the arm lasers. Now, personally, I think Thrust in robot mode really looks like Generation 1 Thrust. I mean, this looks a lot like Thrust, in my opinion. And it really does show in this mold. And my only complaint is this nose cone hanging off his back. If they made that fold up somehow, this would be perfect. But that is a very minor complaint. This is beautiful, in my opinion. This is excellent. Other than that cone on the back, this is 2 thumbs up, in my opinion. And even his posability is good. Head can swivel. Shoulders are on a double swivel, or on a swivel in the shoulder socket, and then hinge for in and out. Nice tight bicep swivel. Over 90 degrees at the elbow. And he can actually aim his gun in a really cool pose there. No torso articulation. Nice tight swivels and hinges for forward and back and in and out on the hips. Thigh swivel. Bend at the knee. And he does have ankle tilts. Now, where does he rank for me? Overall, if not for that cone, like I said, this would get a 10 out of 10. But he comes really close to perfect. Like, I'm giving him a 9.5 overall. Just his amazing color and just his aesthetic really earns him points, in my opinion. So I'm going to say, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, if you see Thrust, he was a Target exclusive. So if you see Thrust, pick him up. Overall, I rank this guy a 9.5 overall out of 10, which very strongly recommended. So, guys, definitely get this one in your collection. This is 2 thumbs up. This is Ironhide City for my review of Earthrise Thrust. Now, if anybody, again, can tell me where I can get the other 2 cone heads, Dirge and Ramjet, please let me know in the comments. And please tell me in the comments what you think of Thrust. So, this is Ironhide City for Earthrise Thrust. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.